Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Tennessee back out on the practice field yesterday. Practice number 3 for Spring Camp 2025. We had a 2.5 hour long live stream last night. Myself, Dauber, the X Factor, Coach Jay was in the house talking about some of the things that are exciting us with Spring Camp. We listened to some of the players' comments, listened to Tim Banks, listened to Joey Halsley. If you missed that stream, go back and give it a watch. But not just on the practice field, but also in the world of recruiting. Tennessee has hosted a lot of blue chip prospects over the course of the spring. They had a handful in town yesterday taking in spring practice. And I said this about the class of 2025. It felt like Josh Heupel's recruiting board was growing. You had the interest of more 5-stars. You had the interest of more 4-stars. And I get it. Let me tell you guys a little secret. Those that like to roll around and talk about 3-star you, there's not a program in the country that doesn't sign 3-stars. There's not a program in the country that's just cherry picking all the 4 and 5 stars to fill up the roster. That's just not reality. But when you take a 3-star, it needs to be a guy that other teams start to pursue, right? A guy whose stock could be on the way up. And I think we're seeing that with Tyson Bacon. And if you're going to talk about defensive line, I think you're going to trust Coach Garner's evaluations. But again, I felt like in that class of 25, we were in on a lot of big-time prospects. You just got to sign your fair share, right? And we talk about blue chip ratio. We go back to 2021. 31% of that roster was blue chip. But however, 2025, 62%. Josh Heupel has continued to trend up in the right direction since taking over. And you can go back and look. Well, I mean, Josh Heupel was hired in January of 2021. The NCAA investigation, not only were you at rock bottom, but the NCAA investigation that was hanging over Josh Heupel's head did not get a ruling until July of 2023. So that's the entire class of 21. That's the entire class of 22. And that's half of your recruiting cycle for the class of 23. Since then, Josh Heupel, class of 24, 57% blue chip prospects. Class of 25, 62% blue chip prospects. Again, a handful of blue chippers in town yesterday. Luke Waffle, a 4-star edge rusher, 6'5", 245 pounds, top 60 guy, ranked 59th nationally. Steve Wiltfong put out yesterday, Tennessee will continue battling Penn State, Ohio State, North Carolina, Oklahoma, and Nebraska, amongst others. But there's a couple of other guys that I want to talk about. Before we do that, I need you guys to do this. Smash the thumbs up down there below the video. Quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be that. What we are is exactly what you guys are. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Right now, live every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll talk spring camp. We'll talk recruiting. We'll also hang out and play EA Sports College football. Every Wednesday night through spring camp, we're live for Talkin VAWLS live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so dial in for that. But the first guy I want to talk about that was here yesterday, and that's Darius Gray, a 4-star interior offensive lineman, 6'3", 285 pounds, out of Richmond, Virginia. You can see the On3 industry rankings there on the screen. 31st in the country overall, number 2 interior offensive lineman. And you look, man, look at what Tennessee has added on the offensive line. And I thought it was an interesting point that I saw one of the guys over at On3 talking about this upcoming season. The 2025 season will be the first time in Josh Heupel and Glenn Ellerby's tenure at Tennessee that they are starting a guy that they recruited out of high school, whether that be David Sanders at right tackle, whether that be William Satterwhite, Max Anderson, Nick Moore at center. They're going to have to start one of these high school guys. We have to continue to recruit elite talent out of high school, develop them. That is the key for Glenn Ellerby. We got to develop them, and we really haven't seen it. Why haven't we seen it? Well, because we had a veteran bunch across that offensive line. One of the great conversations last night, what if these guys are better? What if these young, hungry guys are better? Competition breeds success. But you've added a 5-star in Lance Hurd via the transfer portal at left tackle. You've added a 5-star in David Sanders at right tackle. You've added some blue chip guys on the interior. Gage Ginther sliding to the inside. I think he has a world of potential. But Max Anderson, blue chip prospect. Nick Moore, blue chipper. William Satterwhite, blue chipper. All those guys right around the on 300. So Darius Gray, another elite prospect, 31st overall. Now he took to Twitter to talk about his visit. You can see the tweet here on the screen. What a time at Tennessee today. Loved every part of it. Can't wait to be back real soon. So where's Tennessee at in this thing? His top 12, Alabama, Michigan, Virginia Tech, Tennessee, Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, Georgia, Oregon, Penn State, Virginia, and South Carolina. Here's the scouting report from Andrew Ivins over at 247 Sports. Athletic offensive lineman with a dense build that has foot quickness to lead the way on long pulls or counters and the horsepower to hold the line of scrimmage and change it. Ended up being one of the biggest surprises for the 2025 Navy All-American Bowl as he arrived with 34-inch arms and then was able to anchor all week against much older and larger defenders. Says his relentless energy allows him to not only push plus finisher in the run game, but readjust, and recover in pass sets. Says he tends to punch with authority, frequently has the upper and lower halves dancing at the same to the same tune, has what it takes to certainly handle one of the corners on Saturdays, but combination of brute force and rare movement patterns suggest that he could emerge as a cheat code of a guard in a zone blocking scheme. Might need a developmental year or two to find his bearings as he levels up in competition and adjust to the speed of college football, but profiles as someone that has what it takes to blossom into an early round NFL draft pick with his basketball background and full-time two-way snaps at the prep level. Now, again, he took in practice yesterday. This is the update that Steve Wiltfong put out. Said he spent a lot of time with Heupel, spent a lot of time with Glenn Ellerby, offensive analyst Chris Labadou, and assistant offensive coach Kevin Pendleton, among others. Now, Coach KP is a guy that we hear a lot about when it comes to recruiting offensive linemen for Tennessee. Goes on to say in the Gray Sweepstakes, the Vols will recruit against Clemson, South Carolina, LSU, Michigan, and several others. Again, he took to Twitter, said, "What a time at Tennessee. Loved every part of it." Now, Matt Ray put out an update back in February, said Vols are towards the top of his top schools. I still hear a lot about South Carolina, but I think Darius is still planning to take some visits before doing anything. Now, he's already been to Clemson, took in the visit to Tennessee yesterday. He's also going to visit South Carolina, LSU, and Michigan throughout the course of the spring. Then he's got some official visits set up. And man, oh man, have the rules changed, right? Used to you could take 5 official visits. Now it's unlimited, and we are seeing guys take advantage of that. His official visit schedule as of now: April the 11th, Virginia Tech; May the 16th, Georgia; May the 30th, Clemson; June the 6th, he'll be at Tennessee for his official visit; June the 10th, Auburn; June the 13th, LSU; 17th, Penn State; and June the 20th, South Carolina. So big boy battle, right? And again, you don't have to land them all. Just land your fair share. But I think Darius Gray on the inside would be a perfect fit for the University of Tennessee. We're going to take a look at another prospect. And again, I talk about Josh Heupel, casting this wide net. There are so many blue chip guys. There are so many 4-star and 5-star guys rolling through Tennessee. Can this be the year? Some of you guys are going to say, okay, here goes Boogie again. He said it last year, talked about that top 5 class. We ended up 10th. It's all right, man. We're trending in the right direction. Continue to win. And a lot of the comments from these kids coming in town and taking in practice, taking in games, is that Josh Heupel is building an SEC championship type of team. The culture at Tennessee has changed. I know we beat that in the ground, man. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Seeing Isaiah Campbell meet with the media, seeing David Sanders meet with the media. Josh Heupel has changed the University of Tennessee. I want to talk about Corey Barber, another guy that was here yesterday, 4-star wide receiver, 6'1", 185 pounds, out of Hoover, Alabama, 306 nationally, back in Knoxville for the second time yesterday. Said when you pull up to practice, you can see that it is a real competitive place. They handle their business. You can see this coaching staff is going to get on you, but they are going to love you at the end of the day. I love that, man. And that's what we were laughing about with Isaiah Campbell last night. It's hilarious to hear him say he had his from recruit to player moment with Coach G. Right before he met with the media, he was talking about it. Hilarious, man. Coach G is going to get on you, but Coach G is also going to love you. We heard David Sanders talk about accountability, holding each other accountable. He said him, G-Mac, Ethan, they came here to win a national championship, and that's what they intend to do. So if you see a teammate slacking off, I'm going to get on you, but I'm going to get on you out of love. It starts at the top, but now we are seeing class after class after class. They're buying in. They believe. So hearing Corey Barber say the same, they're going to get on you, but they're going to love you at the end of the day. Goes on to say, I like the bond I'm building with Coach Pope right now. Another thing that stands out about Tennessee is the way Heupel has turned it into a top program in the SEC. It's got more spring visits coming up: Alabama, Auburn, Miami, Ole Miss, Florida State. Tennessee was the first, and it sounds like Tennessee knocked it out of the park. He said that visit right there was actually my first spring visit, and it hit it off. That is going to be a top visit for sure. It showed me that they showed real, genuine love. I will see if other places I go can show me real love like that. I loved it. I will definitely be back, and he has set up an official visit for June the 13th. So Tennessee has that locked in. Again, there's a process here. You get them on campus in the spring. You get those officials set. Are these kids going to make a decision before senior ball? Some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of them do. I think only 2 guys in the class of 25 aren't on campus right now as early enrollees. Now, after the visit, Matt Ray over at VolQuest put out an update, said Corey Barber visited today. Tennessee really impressed the fast riser. He has now locked in an official for the weekend of June the 13th. He has connected well with Kelsey Pope, as they are both from Birmingham and have a lot in common. A lot of teams involved here, but Tennessee is a serious player after today. And again, I keep making video after video after video, bringing you guys more 4 stars, more 5 stars that Tennessee is working on. Does Corey Barber end up at Tennessee? Does Darius Gray end up at Tennessee? I don't know, but they have cast a wide net and they are chasing down that top 5 class. Continue trending up, continue trending in the right direction. We're not where we want to be, but we're getting close. We're not at that championship level, but we are close. Can we take the next step? I think the class of 2026 could be a part of that. Jump in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Darius Gray, thoughts on Corey Barber. Can Josh Heupel continue to trend in the right direction in recruiting? As always, smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the Talkin VAWLS merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Also, think about joining the channel. There's a join button right down there below, right beside subscribe. If you're on an iPhone, you got to go to a web browser. You can sign in that way, join the channel. Then when you come back to the app, you will be a member, and we would greatly appreciate that support. Just $1 a month, access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, fan call-in shows. We're thinking about this fall doing a members-only stream every Sunday night where only the members of the channel get to come hang out. What are your thoughts? Let us know. That's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.